from St Helens.
Well, Paul Sykes is about to get the second half underway, and a fascinating 40 minutes is coming up. No way through there for Wilkin on the first tackle. Of course, remember, we're watching reruns of grand finals. These two met in the grand finals 1999, 2002, and Saints won them both. They also met in the 3 of the first 6 Challenge Cup finals of the summer era, and Saints won all 3 of those as well. Not saying that the Bradford Bulls owe them one, but you know what I mean.
Well, you'd have to say that both coaches, Mick Pott and Roy Simmons, would perhaps, Eddie, would like to have the same sort of lineup, but they have to play with what they've got, and boy, St Helens, as we've mentioned, they really have got to up the tempo. Bradford, of course, they're gaining in confidence. Okay, there's only 4 points between them, courtesy, of course, of that 8-point try. Controversial.
Interesting scoreline here, interesting half-time from Perpignan, you've just seen going through the bottom of your screen. Hull KR 12-6 up against the Catalan Dragons. Hull KR, the team that were beaten by Bradford last weekend. This is Heath Lestrange. Should we go downstairs and pick up the half-time news from Rod?
Well, thanks, Eddie. Yeah, I mean, the message and the mantra from both coaches very similar, and it's all about conditions out there. And well, Bradford coach Mick Potter feeling that Saints have played the conditions slightly better than his boys in the first half. He's just saying play to the conditions, which they're doing here.
Oh, Foster has made an absolute porridge of that, and Price has capitalised. Foster thought it was heading out, and he's furious with himself, and the ball bounced back into play, and Price swooped on it, and this fellow's incredible scoring record just goes on and on. The kick looked innocuous enough. Foster was just looking to shepherd it over the sideline. The rugby league ball does funny things when it hits the deck, and Price is the man who's smiling.
Jeffries again with a high kick, and I'm afraid this is a schoolboy error.
I need that information straight away.
It is a gift. Take nothing away from Carl Price's finish, but little wonder the coaching staff here at Bradford are smiling, because this school kid stuff never made any attempt, and Jamie Foster will have to live with that for quite some time.
Furious, absolutely furious. But Price, what a strike rate. 64 tries in 88 games, but those 64 tries have come in 58 starting appearances. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible, the strike rate of Carl Price.
Yeah, and not all of them has been gifts, as that one certainly was, but
last week's was.
Yep.
This week's was, but I know what you're saying.
He puts himself in the position.
He does.
And you've got to give him credit for that, but...
And we've said it last week, this week, he could be anything. Puts his mind to it, he could be anything.
Well, he returned a kick from St Helens a minute or two ago, which adds all the sort of commitment that you want from your players. That kick won't make an extra 2 points from Paul Sykes. But I think maybe taking a leaf out of what Jason Crooks did earlier in this match, when your wingers return it so aggressively, it gives the rest of the team a boost. And it's certainly here now as he capitalised on this. I mean, Jamie Foster, he's made a decision. Maybe he thought if I caught this ball, they would throw me over the sidelines, Bradford would get possession. You make some decisions, some are good ones, some not so good, and that time it paid off for Carl Price.
It would be interesting, and Phil, you're the man with the stats. I don't know whether you can tell us this or not, but how many of Bradford's tries this year have come via the boot of Ben Jeffries?
Well, we'll have a good look at that on Boots and All on Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll go all through that and compare them against other sides in the Super League so far.
Well, I'd say it would be very, very high indeed, because...
It'd be a big percentage, wouldn't it, I think, from what we've seen over the past four weekends anyway.
And it's not a fluke. You know, Jeffries works very, very hard in his kicking game. He's so precise at it. Remember, he completely kicked Wakefield out of the competition. He was just absolutely wonderful that night.
Well, 12-4, the Bradford Bulls lead against the Saints. Of course, Mick Potter, the former St Helens coach. No wonder he had a smile on his face, a wry smile on his face when that Carl Price try was awarded. There's the kick down the line again. And this time, Helens takes control. It was Heath Lestrange putting boot to ball on that occasion.
And that's all they have to do, Bradford. They realise that they don't have to play catch-up rugby league football. St Helens do. They've got to be risky, and in wet conditions, start being a bit overconfident and risky. That's when the errors arrive.
I think Richard Silverwood's been lenient at times. He's called Helens on the last occasion there. Lance O'Hire held on long enough, I thought, maybe to concede a penalty. He decided to keep his whistle in his hand and not blow it. See if that continues throughout the second half.
Move, John!
Clough to his feet on halfway, plays it to O'Hire. He spotted a little gap up the middle. The tackle low down by Burgess, and Lestrange was there as well. He's back now to Gaskell. It goes almost straight up in the air, but a bit crossfield. Oh, Price has dropped it. He's got it back though. It was an air shot. The ball went backwards, then there was an air shot. Was it by Wheeler, the air shot? Yes, it was. And he's able to pick it up.
Amazing.
The gods are smiling on the Bulls and Carl Price tonight.
Go, Francis! Not square.
Can't defend an 8-point lead though with over 30 minutes to go. Not against St Helens. Rugby league just doesn't allow that to happen, does it? You've
and
got
not even
to
on a night like this, Phil, when the conditions are against everything.
I don't think you can, and if you start to think it, you're even more trouble, aren't you? They will have to play some rugby. Forget the scoreboard at the moment and play as they play for the last 45 minutes.
I agree with you, as long as they get pretty close to the St Helens line, but when you're in your own half, it's got to be safety first, so they've offloaded with a lot of confidence, and they're doing it again. Oh.
Now they got to Jeffries. Quick play the ball though. Lestrange. There's Carney down the line. Helens shuttles across.
Great kick.
Great chase.
Super stuff from Bradford. Just what the doctor ordered. Mick Potter will be very pleased with this.
The one thing that he will not want is for his men to give away a penalty. Saints would be delighted, of course.
If this game speeds up, Eddie, I think that'll suit St Helens. I think it suits Bradford to play a slightly slower game. That'd be the message I'd try and get through to the players of St Helens. You speed this game up, and you're used to playing this high tempo, and that you'll make the breaks on the back of that.
Going to take a chance here and go back down to Rod. Ranting Rod is waiting for us because every time we go to him, there seems to be something happening on the field. We'll get to you quickly now, Rod.
Well, every time you come to me, it's been a try. I could charge quite a lot for that service to some coaches, Eddie. The conditions, yeah, that's what the both coaches have been talking about a lot in the dressing rooms at half-time. Bradford have played it pretty well in the second half. It's all about getting those kicks right, getting it onto the opposition's try line, trying to force an error deep inside opposition territory. The other thing I wanted to say was Elliot Whitehead. He got that boot in the head, didn't he, from Jamie Foster scoring that try. The Bradford medical staff say he's A-OK, no problems with that.
Good news. Thanks, Rod. Hill to his feet, plays the ball. Lestrange, here's Elima.
And that's all they've got to do, just keep trundling forward, get a good kick and chasing.
Last one here for Bradford, though. Carney this time, cross-field. Collected by Gaskell. And Gaskell collected by Lulia.
Now, it won't take me to tell you that that's a terrible, terrible end to the set. That really is a poor end to the set. The ball hasn't gone out in a long time. You got to be happy with that. Going set for set in the game with St Helens, that's a good position to be in. But you got to finish your sets with a kick that either put them under pressure, or if you want, put the ball dead and pack a scrum down. But that's a poor kick, and now we'll have to defend either an attacking kick or an attacking play out wide.
Paul Clough again, and he plays the ball to O'Hire, who ducks away from a couple, gets as far as Walker, gets away from Walker, cannot get away though from John Bateman.
To be fair, Lance O'Hire looks like the only St Helens player that's going to come up with a play that can break down this Bradford defence. They're going to let it bounce. No, well, it has bounced eventually. Still on the last.
And the back forward is pouched perfectly by Olivier Elima. Oh, that could have been forward. It was forward.
Yeah. Just a lack of concentration there when they didn't need to do this. We've just said that they should slow things down, force the opposition into catch-up rugby league football, and Carney, the fullback, knows that he could have done something that could just change this game.
Well, in the back of the minds of the St Helens players, Eddie, there's an element of anxiety. They've lost the last 4 games. They know that's not supposed to happen. And Bradford's job is to bring that from the back of the mind to the front, make them more nervous. But by giving them possession in their own half of the field, they won't achieve it. And they'll certainly, in a way, invite some confidence back for the Saints side.
Short ball from Gaskell. Found Shenton. The Bradford defence found him. Flanagan goes down.
They need to quicker play the ball, Saints. They need the forwards charging onto it. Muscle up.
Pulatua, back it comes to Gaskell again. Good hands, Wellens. I think that's been deemed to be a high shot.
Yeah. Whitehead picked out, he threw the dummy.
I don't think that's a high shot.
No, neither do I. I haven't seen that.
They're now saying any time the hands finish up around the head, it's a high shot. It's not. I mean, these are 2 guys run at each other. He's jumped and tried to envelop him. Paul Wellens has slipped down into the tackle and has ended up around his arms. I think that's a wrong call.
Now, I've mentioned that in the past, and a lot of people have said that that isn't the case. You've got to watch what you do, no matter where the head finishes up.
It's 2 guys running it as hard as they can at each other. Whoever says that to you, Eddie, get out there close up and have a look. Not you, but the people that say it to you. That's ridiculous.
Okay. We've got Ranting Rod, and we've got Barracking Brian. And we now have a mistake from St Helens. And Lulia picks up the pieces.
Well, on those last 2 plays that St Helens have done, they're springing it out wide, and it's just easy meat for the Bradford defence. They're frustrating them. You've got to pull in the defence down the middle by good hard work in the forwards. Then you can do the link. All they're doing is trying to get the link without even doing the hard work.
I'm not saying yet that St Helens are panicking about this situation, but there is an anxiety out there, isn't there?
Oh, without a doubt. But it's a simple process. Get your forwards working. And they're just not doing that. The 3 quarters are having to do it all.
We saw Paul Wellens speaking to his team in the dressing room before the match, and I think, if possible in a sport like rugby league when there isn't a lot of downtime, what he can say to his teammates, he's got the experience of knowing that they are behind you in a game. The opponents are on the front foot and going well. The Saints have enough class. If they stick to doing what they want to do in this game to give themselves a better chance than they've had in the first 10, 11 minutes of this second half.
As I say, they go home next weekend. They face the champions. Then they've got Warrington, then they've got Wigan on Good Friday.
Here's a
penalty.
You can see there that Walker, you've got to clear the ruck. You can't go over the ruck. But again, always taking the first pass down the middle of the field. Fullback Paul Wellens, come on. You've got big forwards out there.
Saints getting a fair share of the penalties, 8-4. Here is Michael Shenton.
It may look pretty, passing along the line. They're not getting any advantage.
Go. Chef, come on.
Makinson finds Flanagan. That's the second tackle. St Helens inching the way towards that try line. Gaskell, good ball to Wellens. It's Wellens at the heart of everything, isn't he? Defending, attacking, doing his best.
Crash, bang, wallop. That's all they need for a while.
Flannery's out there. Chris Flannery off the bench. He's missed the last 2. Black pass. Gaskell now. They've got men out wide. They get the ball out there, but Wheeler spins into a bit of trouble in the shape of Manakufoa. Last one here for St Helens. 10 metres out. Looking desperately for something, or at least a repeat set. Not going to get it.
It's disorganised St Helens attack. And Steve-O picked it up. They shifted. That first shift that they did in that set was almost for the sake of it. Ended up in Michael Shenton's hands with no real prospect. That's a hell. He's going to penalise him. I think he's got the right call.
Yeah, he's called it. Frustration again for Jamie Foster.
When did the referee shout hell?
Just about there, Eddie, at that point. Yeah, they'd already lost the momentum.
Out of that.
It was.
didn't. I'm not so sure that they heard the call. If they hadn't heard the call, then it's back for a play the ball. But I think that was a question of that the other one where he's deemed the man to be getting dragged over the sideline.
Interpretation. Confusing.
I've seen Bradford come from behind last week, Eddie, on Sky, massively behind and going to rack up the points. It's a different finish, isn't it? 25 minutes in this game. Can they win a game with an 8-point lead here going towards the final quarter of a match? Takes a different mindset, maybe a slightly different attitude. They were under no pressure at all last week. The pressure does mount on them here now in front of the supporters, but they're off here with Carney outfield.
They are. Foster's after him now. Foster's quick enough to get to him. Might have been penalised for the second tug. He got to the arm. Well, now he's given a penalty. And there's someone in the sin bin here. Yeah. Is it Foster going to the sin bin? Yes, it is. Just to compound the young man's awful afternoon. Offside. He was offside. And he's deemed that to be a professional foul. Not standing square, bang. Don't get involved.
And to be fair, you've got to be quick thinking in this game. And you could see there that Kearney, very experienced, took a little step to his right-hand side, which left this fella in no man's land. And as Eddie mentioned, it has not been a good night for this youngster, Jamie Foster.
No.
Would anybody kick these two?
Well, they're not going to.
No, they're going to, yeah, I'm just questioning.
12-4 for a 10-point lead. Go for broke. That's what they've decided to do against the 12th man. And there's the big fella. It's Perthill. With a little smile on his face as he got to the feet then. Here's Manakufoa.
You see how the Bradford forwards are dragging in the defence, so therefore Bradford can get the link and probably get the overlap.
Heath Lestrange, Perthill. Well, that's a chance wasted.
The idea was good, wasn't it? And Mitchell just flicks it over, and he really is disappointed with the last little flick. Well, Price had no chance of getting that.
Does he score if he catches it? Does he score if he catches that ball then? There is an issue, but him fighting in the background. But if he takes this pass here, is he through? He is. Melly's switched off him.
There's enough going on.
Well, there's a decision that you make split second.
Yes. Take that cleanly instead of trying to flick it wide. Did he try to flick it wide, or do you think he missed? It was just a mistimed.
No, I think it was a flick, Eddie.
Catch. Do you think so?
Yep.
Referee just having a word with John Wilkin and Heath Lestrange, telling them to settle down. There's enough going on in the game, he said, without those two going at it.
Oh. Well, Bradford fancy this, don't they? And you look at the history books, the last home win against the Saints, July 2007, probably on a slightly warmer, hopefully drier night than this. It was only a try apiece that night. There was nothing much in it. It was a low-scoring game. And it's 12-4 here now. But there's still plenty of time for either side to kick on and win this.
That doesn't help. And they're not happy with what occurred after it. Not happy at all.
First reaction was that he was making a legitimate attempt at trying to charge down. If he's followed through with anything, maybe that's the reason, but well, he's probably had a chance to pull out of that.
Yeah, Ellimer, he really should not have continued on with this. You could see it was that should be a penalty to Saints, but I'm saying that's a bad one. I think we'll hear something about that, and not surprisingly, the Saints players didn't like it. It was silly play by Ellimer.
Terrible, isn't it? It's terrible.
He could have pulled out of that, and well, this should be changed. The penalty has to go to St. Helens. It was not the best option by the Frenchman, Ellimer.
Do you bin him?
Which is a player?
I would.
100%.
Back off. Time off.
Referee will take a report here.
Right. Gaskell loses the ball. This is what I've got. Okay, Gaskell loses the ball. Yeah. Oliver Ellimer comes in needlessly, aggressively. Okay, and it's in penalty to St. Helens. Okay, we've pulled Ellimer out. Anything else to add? No? Okay. Okay, mate, I've got it.
And I think Elima is...
Listen, we've got the knock on, okay? There's no need for you to fly in like that, aggressively, and hit him late, okay? The penalty's going against you.
Look at me!
You haven't blown the whistle, you haven't blown the whistle for the knock on yet.
You can't go flying in like that.
Whistle,
That's the call. That's the call, back off. Yeah.
Well, now you're certainly allowed to run in aggressively. I don't know.
John,
That's
I deal with things, okay? I don't need you flying in like that, all right?
They're claiming they can play to the whistle, which you can, but you still can't do foul play.
You know what, if you've never watched a game of rugby league before and you see this and you see Jamie Foster get sent to the sin bin, you probably question why is a guy who's knocked the ball down spending 10 minutes off the field, and a guy who we all think there is illegally and dangerously played the ball. Here's the kick, he's not found touch.
He nearly did, because Carney fumbled it, but it went towards his try line rather than the sideline. I know what you're saying, and there is Foster in the sin bin just prowling.
Just to tie up that point, Phil's made a great point there. It's a great addition for the referee, the sin bin. Use it. Absolutely use it. You won't destroy the game by putting a man in there for 10 minutes.
I thought I heard Richard Silverwood say, I analysed what had happened, and he said, and Elima, he's out. And I thought he was going to be sin bin.
I think he'd pull him out for a chat was what he meant. But
okay.
look, that's a perfect opportunity to use a sin bin.
Yeah,
The Saints up, look.
We're all in agreement, and now, and Big Potter's done the right thing. He's thrown in the skipper, Matt Diskin.
Here's a penalty, though, for Bradford against Diskin. St Helens just a little bit overzealous.
Well, he's the type of player, isn't he, Matt Diskin, that said, I'll run from dummy half, come and get me. And they did, and it was Perry that tried to shake his head off.
Oliver, I'm telling you now, listen, I spoke to you once, final warning. Any more, okay, you'll be going.
What have I done wrong here, sir? Just filming.
The penalties to you, there's no need to follow it.
Well, Elima is on a short fuse by the looks of things.
Well, Big Potter should drag him off the field of play.
He has done.
Yes, Elima is substituted.
And that's a smart coach. He's completely lost the plot. Let his marbles settle. Let's get on with it. But Saints, they will be fired up now.
And the man who's come on is Danny Addy, who had such an impressive display at Hull KR last week.
And Diskin will just control things from the dummy half. He loves this sort of situation. Remember last week against Hull Kingston Rovers? He steadied the ship and got them firing. That's a forward. And that surprises me that Bradford have tried to force the ball at a 12-4 lead. What on earth?
Well, it's loose, isn't it? You know what, this is exactly what we want, though. The game to be as fast and furious in the last 20 as it was in the first 20. Competitive game here, and you know there's going to be some sort of a fight back from the Saints.
An hour gone, 20 minutes of the match remaining. St Helens staring down the barrel of their worst Super League sequence. They have never gone 5 without a win before. They don't want to here. That's why they've upped the ante with Foster off the field, even though he is off the field and they're down to 12. Saints fired up, looking for something. Bradford defending this lead. It's there for the winning, isn't it, this match? Perry.
Well, at least they've got the forwards going through a little bit of work now.
And he got to Ohio.
Little dropper into the corner, perhaps.
Last tackle. It's with Wheeler. And it was a grubber into the in-goal area. That's great chasing. Crooks trapped in goal. Goal line dropout.
Great tackle, Chris Flannery. That's what. Every time you mention kick, Eddie, you always need a chase after it, don't you? And this is Chris Flannery, an exemplary chase and strong contact in the tackle. St Helens now, this is their chance to come back into this game, because next 9 minutes or so pass without them scoring. The clock is going to be working heavily against them. They've looked a little bit disorganised in attack so far tonight. This is a prime opportunity to get things right.
And Bradford in No hurry to get this dropout taken. Sykes does so eventually, though. Gets it to the 40-metre mark. Picked up by Gaskell. Perry. And the Australian will handle it back forward.
We've just seen a hint, haven't we, of 5 minutes from the Saints, that the forwards are now beginning to realise they've got to drag in that Bradford defence. Then they've got the quality, that look forward. And they've lost it. They've lost possession.
There's anxiety about them. There really is. They're not losing the rag with each other yet, which is good.
It could happen.
I've seen on some of the highlights we've seen, you know, the arms have been waving around when things haven't gone right for Saints, but not tonight. They're all together. They're there as a unit.
You know, they're missing some key players, Eddie, and they've got to find a different way to move this Bradford team backwards.
Well, Saints are, Brian, but so are Bradford. Come on.
I appreciate that, but what I'm saying is St Helens are used to having James Roby jump up, have Bradford backpedaling, and then play on the back of that. What they're facing now is a set Bradford line, and they're not able to find a way through it. Steve-O's mentioned using the big forwards. Josh Perry's got to get involved a little bit more, and so is Tony Pulitua. They've got to do something to put Bradford, what we call, on the back foot, and then play off that. That's not happening. Gary Wheeler, we know how good he is with his footwork. He's been static tonight when he's had the ball.
And this man that we've just seen on screen, Ben Jeffries, has been the difference between the two sides.
He is week after week, isn't he?
He has used common sense. No need to panic.
Brian,
he's a great thinker.
The point Brian makes about Saints' absentees is well made, but you look at the list that Bradford are missing as well.
It's not so much the absentee, it's the way they play when they have those players. So it's when you haven't got James Roby picking up, going quickly and getting a quick play of the ball. Lance O'Hara's jumped up at times, run out quickly from dummy half, but hasn't got that quick play of the ball, and Saints haven't been able to pour forward behind that.
They haven't had the forwards that are eager enough. That's the difference. Look, they can't even get over the advantage line. Perry is easily put to the ground.
Here they come now, though, with Anthony LaFranchi. 204 games in the NRL, this fellow, so he knows perhaps what a crisis might be. And Ellimer might be coming back on. Maybe he has calmed down. And he held on to Wheeler then. It goes high off the boot of Gaskell. This is a good kick. And that's a good take.
What a take under pressure.
And he steps out of the challenge. And in the end, Wilkin gets to him.
That is great meters forward. And good work by the big winger as well. He's got them offside. Quick play of the ball. Flannery was out of the box. So was Shenton.
Flannery offside.
See, Flannery never made any attempt.
I think I'm right in saying since he came here, Mick Potter, he hasn't enjoyed a victory over St Helens. Admittedly, he's only been involved with them twice, but he hasn't yet beaten them, and he would love that tonight. One draw, one loss last year. There he is, Mick Potter. Building something, isn't he? And the evidence of what we've seen this month.
Certainly is, with a bits and bats side, isn't it? We've mentioned already so many injuries, but I think that fight back last week against Hulkinson Robe has really proved to a lot of the players that they are good enough to compete.
Patel. He's come back tonight and played his full part. Here's the man. Jeffries has ghosted through them, and Jeffries, what a great tackle by Wellens. Well, that wasn't a play the ball, surely.
Should have been a penalty. It's a turnover.
It is a turnover.
It was a quick one, Eddie.
Was it?
Yes, it was a very, very quick one. It was a quick run here, wasn't it? First by Jeffries, and the tackle by Wellens. You think he's going to slide over. Great to stop his momentum. Plays it quickly, and Ellimer's tackled.
Legal play the ball. We happy with that?
Well, you could probably penalise it 2 or 3 ways, but
well,
anyway.
I don't think he regained his feet, which is according to the laws of the game.
And the defender was still holding on to him, which is supposed to instantly release the guy when you've tackled it down.
So 6 and 2 threes. No, forward pass. And Saints, Lancer Hire and co, they hold their heads in their hands.
They know they're going to force the issue. That was a 50-50 call.
That forward?
No, I didn't think so, but 50-50 at the best. Not that the Bulls would be worried about it. Looked all right. Let's see how he had to lean back for it. Flanagan, the eagle eye of Richard Silverwood.
Foster's back out there, so Saints back up to full complement of 13. It has been damage limitation by them, hasn't it?
Yeah, look at Matt Diskin there. He just took the ball from the base of the scrum, says, come and hit me. Frustrates them more and more. It's like a pesky mosquito, Diskin.
309th appearance here, Matt Diskin, in his career. 264 for the old enemy from Headingley. And there he is again at dummy half. And Sykes, tackled by Flanagan.
All I've got to do is get through the set of 6 and give it to Jeffries.
It's with him now. There's the kick over the top. A knock on by Purtell.
And it's worth doing the kick there, irrespective if he's come up with a knock on in the error. Look where it leaves St Helens. Only 8 metres away from their old goal line, and they know their defence has been very, very solid indeed.
So the Saints have got, what, 12 minutes. They've got to get to the other end of the field at least twice to win this game. They don't necessarily need to do it in this set, but this one here, these next 5 tackles, the next 50 seconds, will possibly define this match.
Look at the eager defence, so they're into it. Addy over the top, Elima down low.
And the margin meters tipping Bradford to win it, which is
the
first time in a while.
The defensive stats really in the second half remarkable. They've really improved. They're very, very controlling the ruck, and Saints have closed down nearly everything they've thrown at them, but it's not over yet.
It isn't, because here goes Wheeler. Spun to the ground by a flying tackle. Gaskell gets it away to Flannery. Great ball to Wellens. Big game to Pulatua.
Pulatua bombs it, the referee goes down. He was swept off his feet while that action was going on, and Pulatua had the line at his mercy. All he had to do was take the ball, it was game on. And while all that was going on, Richard Silverwood was running around in the net.
It's interesting that Tony Pulatua has been sat on the bench, Eddie. I think for 25 minutes, maybe even longer. I have to go back and check that. You called, and his concentration wasn't sharp enough to take that pass and possibly score to put them back in it.
It was a gift, and he should have taken it. Simple.
Yeah, but when you sit on the bench, Mike, for a period of time, you inevitably clock off, and it's hard for some players, and we're all human, to get back on and be as sharp as he was when he was last on the field.
Could be a very sweet night this for Bryn Hargreaves.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. Sorry, Eddie, I'll just finish off. I think Tony Pulatua, the quality that he is, he needs to catch that ball. I know people can slow down a little sitting on the bench. That's not good enough from Tony Pulatua.
Foster, I don't know why they're booing him, the Bradford supporters, that is, because they're just 10.5 minutes away from a famous win. They haven't beaten the Saints.
Well, it was Foster, Eddie, that lashed out with a boot, remember, on Whitehead.
Yes, maybe so, but they haven't beaten the Saints on home soil for 5 years. Is this going to be the night? Have Saints got a St Helens finish in them? Ohio. 10 to go.
It's got
8 points the difference.
It's got to be a good grubber. Keep it low.
He's gone a little high, but it's and it was touched.
Dropout.
It's a goal line dropout. Foster was hunting it.
You're in 6, Gans. Just Charlie grounding.
Well, Foster's claiming the try. I don't think the referee has indicated it's a video referee decision, but he has just asked him to check it.
No,
just checking the restart.
Yeah, you can see that.
Time's off.
Foster put his hand up, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was just trying to convince the referee, but it's to no avail.
He convinced the referee there'd be a tap on the 20.
Well, Adrian Purtell, I think, gets the last touch at it. He wants to make sure.
Go and stick. I can't hear him. Yeah. I can't hear you, Gans.
Yeah, Purtell just gets that touch more pressure.
Okay,
But they must feel confident,
Last
the Bulls.
touch though from Foster. Should this be?
No, I think the last touch is the Bradford player. I think this is the right decision. Let's see if St Helens can come up with some sharp attack. Hanso Hoyer's got caught with his hands on the ball and jumped out from dummy half a few times and has been scragged by the Bradford defenders. You've got to try and get away from that. You want him at dummy half in the last plays.
12 apiece in the south of France. Catalan Dragons Hull KR 12-4 here. Not many points scored tonight to blow out scorelines last night. All the tries Super League full-time tomorrow, 10:30 to HD. Will the boys be talking about a famous Bradford win or a wonderful St Helens comeback? We'll know in the next 9 minutes.
All of a sudden there's an up-tempo there by the Saints. Will Perry go for the broke on this one?
Nathan Ash with a little dab to the in-goal area and there's nothing there.
It's a lot of responsibility, isn't it, to put on Nathan Ash. Go on here and help us to win this game. Great points behind with 10 minutes to go. He's kicked it too hard.
Well, the combination, he knew that Flannery was out wide, but just too strong in the end. This will be up the jumper time now.
When you're going to kick straight and attacking like that, that's a very, very hard kick to pull off. Kicking at an angle gives you a lot more margin for error. Kicking straight like that, which is a kick that Nathan Ash tried, is a difficult skill to pull off. On that occasion now, he's given Bradford possession.
Back to 6. Diskin quick to react.
I think he's a bit relieved as Matt Diskin. He looked at the official and said, oh, we got 6 here. Yeah, it was deliberately knocked out. Lanfranchi was the one.
Square up, Josh. Square up. Move.
Steady. That's a word. Mick Potter will send out. That's all we need.
Oh, short ball from Eleanor. Finds Burgess. Diskin, infield that goes to Jeffries. And then round the ears of Hargreaves, the man who followed Mick Potter from St Helens
I'd be
to
looking for
Oxford.
one here. I'd be looking for the drop goal.
Sykes gets it wide. Elimar. Oh! They're making heavy weather of this.
They didn't need to. All they had to do was drive towards the sticks, get Jeffries in a good position and drop the one-pointer. It would have just completely deflated St Helens. As it stands now, there's a glimmer of hope.
Do you think 8 to 9 makes much of a difference though, Mike? You've still got to score twice.
Yeah, but the thing is, it drops the head of the opposition. They think, oh, that's it, it's all over. And it eats up the clock.
Shenton goes down. Look where they're starting this set of 6 from, though, deep in their own 20, St Helens. After that mistake, Ash to Pulatua.
He'll want to make up for that horrible mistake. Had the line at his mercy and dropped it.
Flannery.
Move. Onside here. Go. Third.
Here's Lanfranchi.
Been a highlight of this Bulls defence second half. They haven't been taking any dummers. They just say, come to daddy. Nice and steady. We're not going to be fooled.
Loose pass, but it's turned out all right in the end. Here's Shenton. Last tackle, though, here for St Helens now. Oh, and Ash has gone the wrong way. I don't think he heard the call.
Inexperience. He knows it now, but it's a little bit too late. It looked as though he was going to go the kick. Not forthcoming.
Bradford turned the ball over 10 metres away from the Saints line. Saints turned it over 10 metres into Bradford territory, and I think they've also now conceded a penalty. High tackle on Danny Addy. The agony looks like it might continue for St Helens.
Yeah, Lanto higher, going far too higher. Bang. It's easy meat now for the Bulls.
Well, the last time we heard from the south of France, Hull KR and the Catalan Dragons were square at 12 apiece. If Bradford win here, if Hull KR hold on for a point at least, St Helens will drop, listen to this, to 10th.
He's got to have a word with them.
And this is where they are getting frustrated, Saints. It's not working for them at the moment.
Well, this Lanto higher again.
I got the message. Okay, bend your back.
Right.
Sheer
Now,
frustration, isn't it?
If you were calling for a 1, would you say go for 2?
I'd go for 2 now, yeah, of course I would.
Kick it in the corner.
Well, that's what he's going to do, is Jeffries.
It's not even in the corner, it's just out into the stands, into the crowd.
Such a casual player, isn't he, Jeffries? But he has really controlled this wonderful Bradford side tonight.
Burgess.
A maestro to watch.
Diskin, he wasn't standing square, Flannery, surely.
Diskin knew that should have been a penalty and did not get it.
Lulia gets the ball in field. Here goes Elimar. And that little strip of white is the St Helens goal line that they are defending here with their lives. Oh, Catalan Dragons have hit the front against Hull KR here. Carney is gathered in by Clough and company. Lafranchi was there too. 10 metres away, 2 tackles remaining. This is Hargreaves.
Jeffries is back. Will he think of it? He'll probably kick to the corner.
Diskin, short ball. Good defence from St Helens. Great defence.
That'll be the turnover.
Speaking of defence, there won't be many teams in Super League that keep St Helens to 4 points. They might go on and score in the next 5 minutes or so. But with 5 minutes remaining, to see only 4 points beside the St Helens team name is tremendous credit to this Bradford side. They've defended outstandingly throughout the game, especially around the middle. St Helens have kept hitting back behind the ruck, turning the ball back in, hoping to catch out some lazy defenders for Bradford. That hasn't happened. Bradford have been on their game around the ruck tonight.
And they just have to be for slightly less than 4 minutes. He's lost it, Wilkin, and I think Saints in that moment have lost the match.
Spot on. The control was not there. Whitehead over the top. You could see him move the right shoulder. He couldn't keep hold of the football. And the expression on the Saints players' faces says it all.
This is uncharted territory for St Helens, isn't it?
If they turn it around, Eddie, we'll come back. You remember Leeds losing in Catalan last season and everyone said it was a defining moment in the season? This has got one of those feelings for me for St Helens. I know that they're good enough to go on and win some games this year, and we'll certainly see that. In fact, we're going to get to see it next Sunday, aren't we? But they will win some games. At some point, they'll turn things around. Maybe tonight could be the lowest point.
Maybe so. Friday, it's Wigan-Warrington. It's a great weekend coming up. Here's another penalty, yet another against St Helens in this second half. A lot of people have said that Leeds Rhinos have changed the landscape of Super League now after winning it from 5th. You know, this is a qualifying competition for what's to come in September.
You're spot on. It's as simple as that. And so was the run from Brett Carney.
You've just got to be in it to win it at the end of the year, haven't you?
Well, it's the top 8.
Sides don't need to be obsessed with finishing first or second. There was a tendency to think that you had to be in the top 2 places to win it, but that myth has been shattered. It's like the 4-minute mile, wasn't it? When Roger Bannister shattered that, many other people did. Perhaps this year team might win it from 6th or below.
Who knows? 5 penalties in a row, though, for Bradford. That's why they're here late in the game with the victory in their sights. 2 minutes to go and 4 tackles remaining. This set of 6. Here's Danny Addy.
They're going for a try at the balls. Don't worry about that. Diskin's got on his own.
Oh, and he got away from him. Diskin! St Helens in numbers pulling back. Diskin will be in no hurry. He plays it to Addy. It comes back to Jeffries. Here is Elimar. Solid run from the French international captain. Last tackle here for the Bradford Bulls. Sykes. A crossfield kick. He fooled everyone, fooled me. And Saints have it back. They do with Melly. But I don't think there's enough time even for St Helens to do a St Helens special tonight.
Well, he thought about it, didn't he, Ben Jeffries? As he fooled us. He shaped up for the 1 point and then put it into the corner. His kicking game tonight has been outstanding.
8 points in 60 seconds, it's an impossibility. Unless it's an 8-point try, and here goes Melly. Melly down the line. Melly is going to go in. Melly is in the corner for St Helens. Just gets there. It's gone quiet at Odsal, but I think the time is St Helens' worst enemy.
Well, he needed to score under the post there, Eddie, and try and milk a penalty at the same time.
Well, if you can get it to ricochet off both the crossbar and both uprights, Eddie, I think it's 4 points now in rugby league.
Well, full credit to St Helens. They kept it alive, and Foster, who has not had the best game, he was the man that got this big fella away, and Melly knew he had the pace, but they had the wherewithal, the cover defence, and you can see there that they've missed the conversion.
He hit the post. It nearly went post bar. A la Danny Brough at Huddersfield. Bump. Oh. They could have turned down the opportunity, couldn't they? And just bought themselves a few extra seconds. Because I don't think we're going to have time to restart this as we watch Melly's gallop down the line. Well, they leave with the last try, but they go home empty-handed. And the margin meter, much maligned in some quarters, predicted a 4-point win for Bradford 15 minutes ago. Phil Clark, your margin meter is bob on.
Well, it's just really that this game went to the stats, really, and I think that statistically, Bradford's ability to improve in the second half was really the defence. Brian Carney's spoken about it. Their ability, when St Helens got close to it, to prevent them from getting over at close range was the reason why they've gone on to record an absolutely brilliant win here for the supporters.